Okay, so for me, I play a lot of FIFA 13. I love it. It's my favorite FIFA out of all of them. But you know what? There were many complaints about FIFA 13. Like the AI for defenders was not intelligent enough. That's something that we've spent a lot of time this year improving, what we call teammate intelligence. So it means that your teammates, when you're defending, they're much better at tracking the attacking runs, and they don't just leave them like they did last year. There were so many goals last year where you concede a goal and you look at the replay and you notice that your teammates are not following the attackers intelligently. So we looked at the logic, we solved the problems that was causing this, and now they track back much better. They also mark, the way they mark is much tighter. Rather than staying away, they mark much closer to the opponent. So marking is much improved this year, and that was one of the biggest complaints last year. So that's just one reason. There's 10 other reasons I can tell you about, or probably 100, but there's lots of things that were not perfect in FIFA 13 that we try to improve on in FIFA 14. I mean, I have played against the FIFA Interactive World Cup guys like Bruce, Renak, and obviously Alfonso. I've met those guys before. I've watched them play in the Interactive World Cup finals last year, this year, and tried to analyze how they actually play. And I mean, the thing that stands out for me is that they are very good at anticipating, like especially Bruce, he's very good at anticipating what you're going to do. So he like reads your mind. He always intercepts your passes. He's very good at defending. Yeah. And I think that's true. Like we try to make the gameplay so that anyone can play it, depending on what your favorite style is, whether it's passing, making lots of passes, or the long passes, or the trying the skills and the dribbling tricks and all that. So however you want to play, you can be successful and have fun. My guess is that the pro players, the reason why they're the best at what they do is because they find the way, the most effective way to play FIFA that manages to get them the win and score the goals. So that's all I can say. Like, if you want to play beautiful football and the way it's meant to be, I think most people can play that. But if you really want to win, like when it's a competition, none of that really matters. You're just going to do whatever you have to do to score the goals. So I'm guessing that's what they're doing. And I think it's my job to really try to balance the game so that you don't have to resort to doing something unnatural. So that, like, my wish is that we can build FIFA in a way that in the most competitive match, it feels like you have to play proper football to really win it. And that's what we're trying to do with 14, focus more on the build-up play, the passing, and slowing down the pace of the game, rather than just dribble, end-to-end stuff. Well, so the guys on the team, they really love football. They love video games. Myself, I'm like, since I was born, I love football. I watch football every day, every weekend, and whenever I see something that I don't see in FIFA, I stop, I press pause on my TV, I take my camera, film it, I get that, and I take it to the office and I say, how can we make this happen in FIFA? Why can we not do this in FIFA? It could be very small things or big things. Small things like, how can you not do this dribble, this skill move? Ronaldo just did it in the match. I want to be able to do it in FIFA now. That's just one specific thing. Or it can be more of a general thing, like, why do the players in FIFA 13, why do they not move realistically? Why do they float when they change direction? Why do some people say that the game feels slidey and that it's like playing on ice? Well, the reason is because the technology that we used in the past for locomotion, we just blended the animations and we didn't pay enough attention to how the feet plant and how the weight shifts when you change direction. That's why we spent the last 2 years working on this new technology called step-based locomotion to allow us to add in all of these new animations, but also make sure that every time the player plants his feet, it's solid and that there's weight on the players, so that it feels like more natural. So, I mean, some people ask which is the best league. So the two leagues that I follow most closely is the Premiership, English Premiership, and La Liga. So my favorite team is Barcelona in the whole world, and just because I love the way they keep possession and pass the ball. So in terms of the league, I would say it's the most technically like skillful league. It's compared to the English league, which is more like physical and rough. I prefer the skillful side of football myself, and just watching like Xavi and Iniesta, those kind of players, I'm like, wow, like, that's what I love. That's what I love about football: the control, the vision, the passing. That's my favorite thing. So that's why I love watching Spanish football.